Hello, hi, my beautiful collective. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. So today we are going to find out what is the cosmic gossip on you. What have your guides and ancestors and celestial family been chatting about you? We're going to find out today. So we're going to look into a whole bunch of different areas. We're going to find out what they've been chatting about, of course. We will look into some reminders, the bridge to cross from where you are to where they want you to be, the support that will be there with you on that bridge, some encounters you can expect on that particular bridge, what's on the other side of that bridge, and some guidance, of course. So we have 3 piles as per usual. My darlings, pile 1, you have the owl. Pile 2 feels like a hummingbird, but it's probably not. So you have the bird, the bluebird. And pile 3, you have the bumblebee. So my lovelies, make your choice between 1, 2, or 3, and I'll see you at your choice. Welcome my pal ones who chose the owl. So let's get into your reading. What's the cosmic gossip on you? Let's find out what your ancestors, your guides, have been chatting about you. So first we have Zenith. Arbitrate in disputes. Number 55. Calculated waiting, relax in comfort. Number 5. And returning, close the end of the cycle. Number 24. There's a really strong feeling of reaching the climax of something, or the highest point or the pinnacle of something, and I don't know how else to describe it besides waiting for, I don't know, it's almost like the best way I can describe this feeling is completing a program or a degree or a course or something like that. You've graduated, you've done all you need to do, but the ceremony still needs to be had for you to get that diploma. It's that kind of waiting in between, like the work has already been done. That's the best way I can describe this, regardless of it not having to do with school at all. But there's something about being able to revel in what you've done and what you've accomplished, and then completing a particular cycle. Yeah, so it feels like your guides have been talking about, it feels like almost like bragging. It's like that parent that's like, you know what my kid did? That's what this feels like. It's super cute. I'm hearing you're at this point of your life where you can relish in your past accomplishments and really look forward to what your future can entail. There's a feeling of a welling up of possibility, resources available to you, a new start, a new adventure. That's exciting. Okay, that's lovely. So if this seems like maybe what's been going on in your life, or if this just resonates, this is probably your pile. And it also lends to that owl too, that wisdom and gaining something, that sort of maturity within something. It's beautiful. So what they want you to forgive yourself for, and to remind yourself of the masculine and feminine energies for both. So for your masculine, you can pause if you like. I will read it to you. I forgive myself for trying to be for others that which I first need to be for myself. So I wonder if this is why this calculated waiting is here for you, to relax in comfort and just appreciate and enjoy where you are, take it in. And then I choose to believe that when I allow myself to step away and prioritize my needs, I create the opportunity for others to discover ways to fulfill their own unique needs as well. Yeah, there's this beautiful energy of like, it's like leading the path or leading the way for others to follow. You lead them up to a certain point, and then again, you wait and you watch. There's this really, the center energy is the one that's calling me the most out of this celestial chatter. There's something that's truly been learned and gained from whatever experience you've just finished or just graduated from. Your feminine energy says, again, pause if you like. I forgive myself for taking on another's emotional reaction as my own. They're still bringing me to leading the way. It's like you have walked the talk, so to speak. So I feel like all of this stuff you have really learned, and I think that this forgiving yourself for taking on others' emotions is again about this calculated waiting. Just wait. Be still. I choose to believe that allowing others to take ownership of their emotional experiences empowers them to heed the loving message present within that emotion. That's it, my love. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you've completed something. It's like you've graduated first. It's almost like you've completed the course first, and now you're waiting for people to catch up. And I can't say it's like a catch up. Spirit's like, just enjoy where you are for a moment. Take a look from that peak and look at this vista, this beautiful land, this beautiful space that you're in. Take it in. Amazing. And their guidance for you based on these reminders and things to forgive yourself for. The initiation, like I said, the graduation into the next phase, right? Rite of passage, you're going somewhere sacred. That's it. So again, I feel like this is like rest before you go on to the next part of the cycle, part of the journey. That's what the gossip is right now. It's like they're really proud of you for what you've done. They're bragging about it for sure. You know, step away for a bit, enjoy your space before this next phase begins, which is where we are now, which is a segue into the bridge. Where is this bridge? The initiation into this bridge. What do you got? Oop. You have the great blue heron reflect. What does standing still reveal? What have they been saying? Remind me. What have they been saying? Stand still, like I said, calculated waiting is the focus here. Reflect. What does standing still reveal to you, my love? And this is what you'll find, like choosing to believe that if you allow yourself to step away and prioritize your needs, you create opportunities for others to discover ways to fulfill their own unique needs, to take ownership of their emotional experiences, heeding the loving message present within that particular emotion. You included, my love. Reflect. Be still. There is a song that's coming in my head, but I don't know how it goes. I'm just hearing, be still, be still. It's probably not even the right tune. Like, that's all I'm hearing is just, I know it's a tune, I can't think of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They keep singing that, so, wow. And, my beautifuls, your helper on this bridge of yours is this beautiful image, I think is Kuan Yin, but I will double check. Yes, Kuan Yin. So, her name means she who listens to the sounds, sufferings of the world. Her appeal is particularly widespread because she gives assistance in this world. She provides the earthly blessings of children, health, and long life, and rescues people from drowning, lightning, and poverty. She is particularly a protector of women. Kuan Yin is a symbol of the unlimited compassion each of us can have for ourselves. No matter what the situation, it is possible to treat ourselves with mercy and love. Relax in the comfort. Be still. Okay, my lovelies. So we are going to look into what you will encounter on this particular bridge of stillness for you is what I feel like. Yeah. So we are going to do the show me cards and do one tarot card per show me card. So our first encounter on this bridge will be, who can best help you? Who can best help you, hey? Pull one. Let's get some tarot. So we have the Strength card first. I'm going to take the two that popped out. And then the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is interesting because there really is an ask of you to almost allow people to discover or to get there from this stage on their own, or to see how they find whatever they need to find within any given moment. It feels like what can best help you now is trusting in that. It's like the strength of what, again, like you leading the path or you leading the way, the strength of your walking the talk has done its due diligence, and it will be easy to follow, so to speak. It's almost like in the support system of what you've already created. That's who can best help you. It's just trust. If we want to go literal, it can definitely be a Leo in particular, or an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I'm feeling it's the people around you who can best help you. It's the system around you that can best help you in this stillness. It's meaning because of this whole reflection, or this whole bridge, or excuse me, what you're encountering on this bridge is about who can best help you. It's you to be still. They can help you be still by trusting that they can do what they need to do. Just trust. I love that. What else will you encounter? The face of your love. And this doesn't have to be a person, but it can be the thing, your project, your passion. Yes? Oh, another two. Damn, guys. You have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So again, can be a fire sign or an air, or a water sign. But what I'm feeling here is something that's youthful. I'm feeling sporadic, energetic, passionate, sassy, emotional excitement, growth. I want to say youth again. The face of your love, it has to do with like either dealing probably with maybe youth or a younger generation. It can deal with fostering and cultivating strong, ambitious teens. You know, it could be somebody who's just younger than you. It also can just be you recognizing the work that you've done through the changes you've seen in the people that you've worked with. You know, it could just be you recognizing like, wow, look at what I've done. Look at what they've done. Look what they've accomplished. It feels like a very gratifying and motherly, traditionally motherly type of energy. Of being very proud of the growth and progress of, you know, either like troubled youth or broken homes, or just needing community, you know. There's a really strong emphasis on that. Very strong like teacher mentor vibe. Keep talking about schooling too, so there could be a really strong reflection of that here. Okay, what else will you encounter? What lesson is needed? How beautiful. And I see again, They keep bringing me to like school references for you guys. Interesting, but what lesson is needed in this encounter? The King of Pentacles. I'm feeling like Spirit's saying the next stage in that particular evolution, if we're going with the same example of cultivating and fostering youth in a sense of, you know, whether that be like a Big Brother program, actually fostering mentorship, coaching, it doesn't matter. That kind of energy is what I'm getting. It feels now with what lesson is needed, it feels like what's the next step, part of this next cycle, you know, close the end of the cycle, which is the initiation into the next, a rite of passage. And now this feels like, it's almost like I have a really good structure for, let's, as an example, like hypothetical, for children from like 10 to 23 or 20, let's say, you know, and now I need a structure from the 20-year-olds to the 40-year-olds. You know, it's that kind of structure. Like, how do I evolve what I've already created for a longer period of time, or longer lasting results, or references at any point at any stage of life. An evolution of your teachings is what they just said. They just said we are and they are being handed down to you slowly and one by one, through person and through experience. So my lovely, on this bridge, while you are standing still, what will be revealed or what you'll encounter is understanding your works. Maybe there's some youth that might new youth that might come in, or just a youthful energy that may come in to help you. It's very possible, but it feels more like a community of people, or yeah, a community of people. I feel like you'll discover this almost like, not necessarily like a niche, but your place in some sort of form. You will recognize where your passions lie, where you want to put your efforts and your intentions, how you want to evolve this particular thing to further grow, to further expand, to further reach. That's what you'll find in the stillness. So let them do the work, so to speak, you know, and let it see how the cycle completes and unfolds. And I think this lesson, or how to, for the next stages, will be much easier to pinpoint. That's amazing. Okay, my love, what's on the other side of this bridge? What grounds you? Ooh, I love this. Love this. What grounds you? The Fool. I love it. Again, new opportunities, newness, growth, spontaneity. Again, this youthful energy, curiosity, expansion, all of it. Oh my goodness, I love that. On the other side of the bridge, what to consider now? Well, that makes sense, right? If you're getting what that lesson is, or fully figuring that out as one of the encounters, and when you get across, you figure out what grounds you, like what this is, the face of the love, it really becomes solid, and what to consider now that you probably have that lesson in hand, or in head. Yeah, 8 of Wands. How do I distribute this? How do I get this out into the world? I feel it's more that than speed for this interpretation. It feels like, how do I distribute this? That's really what the feeling is. How do I get this out? Like I said, how do I expand even farther? This is really useful. This is what I'm getting excited for you. It's a really exciting project. Oh my goodness, what's on the other side still? An alternative solution. Ooh, let's see what we got here then. An alternative to a solution to the lesson, or to the process? Oh, okay. They said possibly both. They said just shuffle. Okay, Ace of Wands in the reverse. An alternative solution. It's in the approach. So maybe you'll okay, let's say for example, like you'll discover a different type of platform to give this information to. Let's say maybe you had originally thought that like a seminar was or a retreat was the best way to do it. And then you end up doing a little bit more, I don't know, digging or in somewhere research, and you find out, hey, maybe my actual product works better in this particular format. There's something along those lines that you may, again, it's not like a big miss. It's just sort of like, oh, I just didn't think that this would be the best place for it, but it makes sense now if this is the way things are changing or altering, you know, or where the attention is now focused. Example, you know, not to say that this is a thing, but like that it's not a thing or is a thing. I'm just saying that like TikTok as opposed to, I don't know, like LinkedIn. I know they're two completely different examples, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, it's something, there's still social platforms, there's still places that you can find certain things, but maybe there's the speed in which you want is too quick paced or fast paced for them to get the information. So it needs to be on a LinkedIn. Maybe you need to get people there quickly and just into the information. Maybe it's more of a TikTok thing. You get what I'm saying? Not to say you can't use both. Just trying to give you an example. I still want to actually get one more card on that alternative solution for what's over that bridge there. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah, because it does, okay, so it feels like you might come up against a particular obstacle, and I think this is where the alternative solution happens. So when we get across this particular bridge, it's like what to consider now. Maybe it is too hasty. Maybe you do go about it so quickly because you're excited about it. That Fool energy too, like just jumps in a little too prematurely. That's a very good possibility because you're excited for this. You figured it out, but again, maybe standing still is needed just a little bit longer. So think about alternative solutions, even when you feel that you figured out the right one for you. Still pause again. That's what I want to say. So my lovely, the gossip on you is you're doing the work. They're very proud of you. Don't take on others' emotions. Do what you need to do for yourself, to be still, to reflect. Don't go too quickly, even though you might be very excited and maybe want to push a lot faster. Again, you getting there first. We talked about this, right? And people having to catch up. We need to slow down this energy just a little. It's more like temper it more so than slow down. It's just, let's just navigate this a little bit more calmly as opposed to excited. That's, again, it's not a bad thing. It's just what they want you to remember. Okay. So my lovelies, excuse me, your closing messages for getting 2 extra guidance cards for the part of what you'll encounter on the bridge and what's across or over that bridge or beyond the bridge. It says, the moon, take note of intuitive messages, right? So who can best help you? The face of your love, what lesson is needed? Take heed of those intuitive nudges that you're getting in this reflective time on this bridge. Take those notes. Across the bridge, Shield Maiden. Look at this. Make plans and focus. Make plans and focus. Because it's too much speed or too much excitement or blindly jumping into this because of the excitement might lead to this particular hiccup or delay in getting your message out there. So I think that's what they want to bring up, or to give you sort of like a heads up and to be like, you can avoid this. You can avoid this little hiccup if you slow down and stand still for a bit. What does standing still reveal? You know? Oh, my beautiful collective, I hope this was helpful on the cosmic gossip on you and what they wanted to bring to your attention today and what I wanted to let you in on. So I'm hoping this was helpful. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome my pal 2 who chose the little burger to get put you over here, the bluebird. Okay, my loves, we're going to find out what the cosmic gossip is on you and what your guides and ancestors have been chatting about you. So we're looking into these energies over here first. It says, Distribution. Cultivate your virtues. Number 18. Resolution. Dispense resources downward. Number 43. And great power, follow conventions. Number 34. It feels like, my _Pal2s, that you guys have either reached a place of comfortability in some sense when it comes to your resources. It feels very much so on the material plane. And what I feel like they're talking about is, how are you going to use this, I heard, newfound freedom? What are you going to invest in? How are you going to use this for the greater good of all, not just yourself? What do you actually want to grow from this particular gift? Yeah, they're actually leaning some energy towards investing in something spiritual also, as well as practical. I don't know what that specifically means for you, but okay. Okay, interesting. So that's what they feel like they're talking to you today about, or what they've been chatting about you, is how are you really, they're waiting to see how you're going to really use this. Not to say that they're just leaving you to your vices, but that's what they're really chatting about. Let's see what they want you to forgive about yourself, and what they want you to remind yourself of, your masculine and feminine energies for both. So the masculine, you can pause if you like. It says, I forgive myself for thinking I need to be right and making others wrong in the process. I don't know if it's a need to make others wrong in the process, but I feel like you might be afraid to make the wrong choice that makes somebody, say, like, I told you so. It's that kind of energy that might be weighing on you a bit. Or taking in the opinions of others too much when it comes to this particular, I guess, resource that you've acquired. But there is a sense of, like, not giving up too much of what you've earned, too. Interesting. And then it says, I choose to believe that what is right for me may not be what's right for another, as we all differ in the essential exploration and expression of the self. Yeah, so, like, don't cut yourself short either. Regardless of you trying to be virtuous, like, still, again, it's not, as they said, not just for yourself, but you still need something for yourself. That's what it's feeling like. Okay. Let's see the feminine. It says, I forgive myself for holding on to old narratives in an attempt to avoid uncomfortable emotions again in the future. They're bringing up, like, again, hypothetical scenarios. They're bringing up, it's not necessarily your case, but it's like rags to riches. It's almost like, you better not forget about us now that you're this, or, that you have money, or that you're moving here, or you have the better job, or this and that. So there's almost like some sort of weird obligation to give back to them, maybe more than you actually should. Not to say that you shouldn't, but, like, you might be overly generous because of a particular subconscious wound. I choose to believe that I am safe and no longer need to act on old stories my ego has created in order to protect me. There you go, my love. So it's almost like you've been, like, you may not, again, that's what I'm saying. It's like a rags to riches kind of story. And sometimes, again, like, young celebrities that gain a lot of money and that, they don't have the right amount of boundaries or responsibilities around that can really get lost in what that can create or what that can give them, when you haven't understood its value or strength in your life. And this doesn't feel like this. It feels like you've already been through that particular lesson and it's almost like hesitant or afraid that you might repeat floundering in some way or making the wrong investments again, like I said, or giving too much, like there's something about that. So they want to see this time, how are you going to use this energy, use this resource this time? Your guidance, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. See, a new way of being. I am safe and I no longer need to act on old stories my ego has created in order to protect me. Energetic upgrades. That's what's happening, my love. And the bridge to get there. What's on this bridge? What's on this bridge? You have two cards that came up. You have map, compass point. Which course takes me home? And you have stock, beautiful, mountain lion. Is my pursuit both honorable and focused? So my loves, what it feels like you're going to find on this particular bridge is it's like stalking out your new map. It's forging your new path, in other words. Which way is going to take me to my highest integrity for me to really use this particular cycle, again, this new opportunity for me to do it honorably, for me to do it focused, for me to do it in a new way, for me to integrate this new version of myself. What do I actually want to create? How do I want to express myself? How do I want to explore? So what you'll find on this bridge is a map to take you home and the focus to get you there. Beautiful. To help with you is this beautiful goddess, Amphitrite. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Amphitrite is an ancient Greek triple goddess in her guise as ruler of the sea. Her name, used synonymously with the ocean by Homer, means the third one who encircles. A moon goddess, Amphitrite retains her individuality even under the later Greeks who had her married to Poseidon. She has a special concern for all creatures of the sea and is responsible for the foaming waves. Just as Amphitrite can moderate the winds and the sea, we can learn to calm the waves of our inner storms. And this is what this whole thing is about here. This releasing the old stories your ego's created. Finding the map to this new you, this awakening, this integration of these energetic upgrades. Because you've already been given that energetic upgrade is what it feels like. It's like, now how will you walk into this path? Beautiful. I wonder also if this is like the third time or the third go around at this particular event. Like, for example, again, like if it's just a money thing, like being given money and then floundering it away, or given another opportunity and something else happens. Like this one, it's like now I'm getting another bulk sum of this opportunity, and this is different now because you're in a different space. Spirit's excited to see how you're going to walk across this bridge. This is amazing. What will you encounter on this bridge? When love will arrive. And we're not necessarily using this as in a person love, but I think this is like the love of this new cycle, the love of you, this new beginning. We're going to get a tarot card to aid with this message. So, Okay, they said not yet because 3 flopped up. They were not ready. Okay, excuse me. 𝕬𝕠𝕟𝕟. There we go. So you have 2 came out, the Magician. I just heard when you harness your power, and the 9 of Swords in reverse, and let go of your doubt. Again, when you let go of those old stories, love will arrive, or you'll see the, they said you'll see the path more clearly when you let go of these old stories that your ego has been telling you about your limiting beliefs when it either comes to resources, money, your root chakra. Activate your gifts. That's what they want you to do. Activate your gifts. Get out of the ego. Wow, that's amazing. What else will you encounter? Your soul's true path. How perfect, like we've been talking about this path, lighting the path. It's so perfect. Like, you will see the path more clearly when you harness your power and let go of those old stories your ego has created to find your soul's true path. This is so great. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. Soul's true path. Going after it passionately, energetically, excited is what I feel. Oh man, this is great. What else will you encounter? The obstacle. Ooh. Plot twist. Okay. Okay, so they're giving me like your soul's true path of you being, excuse me, of your energy being in that Ace of Wands. I feel like the obstacle, before we get into the tarot, I feel like the obstacle is going to be like, it's almost like, okay, I'm ready. Okay, what now? Like that's the energy I feel like. Where do I go now? It's almost that feeling like you're so amped up about you almost surpassing this particular ego belief that it's almost like this fool's energy that I'm getting here a little bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like I think that the obstacle might be in the structure of how you get there. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, exactly. Like planting that seed, like the structure and how you actually invest it, or what you do about it afterwards, or how diligent you are with the practical matters in the very beginning stages of this particular gift. So that's what I feel like you'll find or encounter on this bridge. Amphitrite, excuse me, is here with you. As you, again, as we talked about, is my pursuit both honorable and focused? Is it focused? And I think that's where the Page of Pentacles comes in. You know, that initiating, excuse me, the integration of this awakening to initiate you into the stronger mindset and prosperity mindset, so that it keeps you in that frequency for a much longer period of time, or just period, that we don't go back into this particular cycle. And I keep thinking, they keep bringing me back to the third one who encircles. You know, it's like that third time around. You're like, you're gonna get it this time. That's what it feels like anyways. Amazing. Okay, let's see what's on the other side of this beautiful bridge of yours, my loves. How abundance comes. Look at this, pal two. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh wow. Sorry. So the course that I was just looking, it's like which course takes me home with that map, right? And that's the obstacle right here. It's that Page of Pentacles. It's not really an obstacle, it's just grounding in the excitement for the new beginning, and also being more practical, like we talked about, practical and spiritual about how you invest this particular resource. On the other side of this bridge, how abundance comes is discipline. That's what I feel with the Hierophant. Discipline. Straight discipline. They just said, because we all know habits are not easy to break in human form. And without that structure and discipline and reminding yourself of your own power and harnessing your ability to eliminate the old stories of the ego, to create what you're seeking, which is sustainability within abundance, I suppose. Because abundance has many forms. This just feels like it feels a little bit more money-based, but this does not have to be. What else is across this bridge? The positive. Nice. And my hand just got itchy. And that's also my money sign, just so you know, in my right hand in particular. Ooh. We got the Six of Pentacles. The positive. Balance. Oh, it's even deeper for you. They're talking because we talked about this being sort of like, it may not be the third time, but we're just talking about this as in this has been a cycle of yours or a repeating pattern of yours that you've been trying to really eliminate, you know, that you don't want this to be your pattern moving forward. And I feel that this nostalgic or this past energy or past, again, old stories of the ego when it comes to financial matters or your fiscal matters or your material matters or your root chakra related matters, all of that stuff, it has never really been in a proper balance. And I think this is why we're coming to the obstacle of being the Page of Pentacles, is how do I really start this to ground it on a better foundation that I don't get all wobbly and tobbly when more comes in, you know? So how abundance comes is if you stay structured in your discipline and stay positive about your thoughts from your past, again, eliminating these old ego stories so that you can find that balance in a very positive way now moving forward to what's entering your life, you know, to the positive, to what can enter your life, what will enter your life. Ace of Pentacles, look at this! Pile 2, get it! Get it! You see what I mean? Like, just a great opportunity now. Like, that Ace of Wands now has turned into that Ace of Pentacles. And that Page of Pentacles is now turned into that Ace of Wands, which, again, for me, it's just like that, again, that Fool energy, that beginning stages, a great fortuitous opportunity, again, that Spirit has brought in for you. Your guides are like, how are you going to use this energy? So what you encounter is key here. What's the course to take you home? Where is that map for you? That map is within foundation, within discipline. And is your pursuit honorable and focused? Can you maintain that focus and not get wobbly again or be frivolous or flounder the opportunity or money, resources, abundance, however this plays out for you? Whoa. This is exciting, pal 2. I feel the trepidation, don't get me wrong, like the hesitancy to be like, oh fuck, I don't want to fuck this up. Like, I can feel that, you know? But I don't think that you will if you stay disciplined. And if you really get to the practicality of what needs to be done for you to feel solid moving forward, no matter what happens in the world or in life, that you'll still feel supported and stable. Wow. Okay, my beautiful collective. So, to close off your reading here for what you'll encounter on your bridge, your message here is, Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Yeah, so, okay. So there is, again, a little bit of, I guess I feel what they're really saying is like, you don't have to like be weary of this like excited energy, like what do I do, what do I go after, you know? It's just trust in the unknown of that this can work out for you because this is an unknown territory for you. So I think the Father Sky is mainly referencing to, again, back to this no longer needing to act on old stories, you know? Trust in what we know to be true for you, which is abundance, is your natural birthright. You know, so step into that archetype, step into that belief system, step into the knowing, never mind the belief, step into the knowing. And then what's over the bridge or beyond it, beautiful, animal guardian, trust your instincts. Look at this, trust the unknown and trust your instincts. Like, how beautiful. Like, you do have really great instincts, you just have to be disciplined about it. That's really it, my love. Be disciplined about it. You have magic within you to create whatever it is you want. As we said, abundance is your natural birthright. Stock that. stock that discipline, stock whatever it is that you're seeking for you to create what you need. Oh, my beautiful collective, I hope this was helpful. This is so nice for me to read for you. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, keep wandering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile 3, who chose the bumblebee. I put her over here. Oopsies. And I know you can't really see her, but we're going to look into what the cosmic gossip is about you. What have they been chatting about, my loves? And this is where we're going to start. So we have 61, insight, moderate, rigid ideas. Oh, before I continue, when I was spreading out your cards here, I got a really like endearing and tender, loving feeling. I'm also getting a really strong focus on like tenderness in the eyes or softness or baby eyes. There's a sweetness about this. That's what I want to say. Okay. Then it says, oh, speaking of 31, attraction, be open and accept others. And 54, interesting. Maiden, difficulty in light of future. Interesting, pile 3. What I'm getting first is there might be a need for you to broaden your scope of what you would entertain when it comes to a romantic relationship or intimacy in general. It's almost a little too conservative. I can't say too conservative. It's a little too particular, let's put it that way. A little too particular when it comes to certain aspects of finding compatible people. And they're giving it to me like it's almost like an idea that had been imprinted on you as opposed to coming from you. As an example, excuse me. As an example, it can be like culturally, like you can only marry within your culture or your heritage, or date for that matter. It doesn't have to be about marriage. You have to be in a hetero relationship. This particular culture or ethnicity is unacceptable. This money bracket or earning bracket is a no-go. They have to have a certain amount of this and this and that. It's that kind of particular. That's how they're making me feel. Like there's been something that you've been taught, is how they're referencing it to me. Because they keep bringing me to this picture over here. And it's making me feel like a parental figure or a guardian of some kind. And you, this is you, my viewer. And it's almost like you pleading for other, but you can't. They're like, it's not acceptable. You know, it's like Aladdin and Jasmine. It's that kind of vibe. And the maiden, difficulty in light of future, it's like you might be very youthful or have a lot of time to figure this out, but there's still so many obstacles a maiden has to go through before they get to Mother Crone, right? So many things you need to discover about yourself. And I feel that this particular way or method or obstruction that has been placed upon you is somewhat preventing you from expanding and fully blossoming into the full person that you're meant to be emotionally or intimately. So what I think they're talking about the most is they really want you to look at what rules or restrictions are not actually helping you grow and develop and finding a compatible person for you. That's what this feels like the most strong right now. Okay, so if this feels similar to your energy or what's been going on, you definitely have the right pile. What we're going into next is what they want you to forgive yourself for and what they also want to remind you of, your masculine and your feminine side. So masculine, you can pause if you need. It says, I forgive myself for thinking I need proof I have chosen correctly before I am allowed to enjoy what I have. Interesting. So again, there is a thing about choice and decisions or boundaries or expectations of some kind. And I really think Spirit's talking about how are you going to navigate the choices of others amongst the choices of yourself. I choose to believe that what is happening now is precisely what should be happening, and I align with my deepest desires when I allow myself to enjoy what is already mine. You know what's really interesting? You're the only pile that I'm getting a resistant feeling from this masculine side. You know, and the resistance, I mean, it's almost feeling like, let's say, for example, we're using the same allegory I talked about when it comes to like a parental figure or a guardian giving you a certain amount of instructions on what and how you should be or who you should date or what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It's almost like you have all of this. What are you complaining about? That's like there's like one part of you, it feels like, that's like, I have all of this stuff. I have nothing really to complain about. What's wrong with me? Example, like, again, with this hierarchy kind of business that I'm feeling here, like, what's wrong with me dating a prince or commoner? Most people would want that. A prince or a king. Most people would want that. When in truth, you like want the commoner. You know, like that's where your heart and head are sort of toggling right now. That's the feeling I'm getting. This is so very interesting. Let's see what the feminine has to say. It says, I forgive myself for doubting my intuition, only to find myself in a situation I don't want to be in. You see what I'm saying here? Doubting intuition, like when you go into this energy, this is the reason why I was feeling this. This is so true. And then you end up being in a situation that you don't like because you have to follow a particular set of rules or guidelines or restrictions or something like that. I choose to believe that when I strengthen my inner knowing, I place myself on the most effortless path that is already meant for me. Strengthen your inner knowing. That's what they want you to do, my love, especially when it comes to intimate matters, love dynamics, and choices for yourself. Let's see their advice. Play. Look at that. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be so serious. And I think that's what this is about. It's like it's so rigid, it's so stuck here that I can't even play. I can't discover who I am. All facets of my own sexuality, sensuality, womanhood, masculinity, personhood, however you identify, you know? So what's that bridge, my love? What's that bridge and how to get there? Let's see. What's on it? Blow, wind. I like this for you. How can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the freaking way? Look at this. How many times have they already said intuition? How many times? I forgive myself for doubting my intuition, only to find myself in a situation I don't want to be in. How can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the way? I have to strengthen my inner knowing so that I'm placing myself on the most effortless path that is already meant for you. It will blow me in that direction. So that's what you'll find that's what this bridge is. Go with the wind, excuse me. Follow that wind. And speaking of bees, you know, like pollinating is what I'm feeling here, you know? Them doing this and then it goes out into the wind and spreads all over the place. That's what I'm seeing. Ooh. Love it. And so interestingly enough that you have as your guide on this bridge is Aphrodite in this deck with this beautiful picture. How perfect, hey? She says, Aphrodite is most often described as radiant and shining. When she's present, the whole world acquires a soft golden glow, foam born. She is associated with the creative, life-giving sea and represents a sense of freshness, renewal, and hope. A descendant of the prehistoric water bird goddess of old Europe, she is often accompanied by birds. The goddess of both spiritual and passionate love, Aphrodite joins us to one another. She is feminine being in all her fullness. and her realm is that of relationship and feeling. Aphrodite demands maturity if we are to be in a true relationship. When we embrace mature love, Aphrodite is there to bless us. Mature love, right? And that maiden energy, when we talked about the maturing to get to the mother crone, there is these things that you need to do to be able to play for you to get to that maturity, for you to find the love that you're actually seeking. But there seems to be a restriction on that from your environment or your home base. And I think they've been talking about this. How are you possibly going to break this particular cycle? That's what this feels like. Break this particular belief. And how to do that is within trusting and deepening in your inner knowing, trusting in your intuition, to not be so serious, to go have some more fun, to take some more risks. Be safe, but take some more risks. Okay, loves, what are you gonna encounter on this bridge? Intuition secrets. Look at this. It's just all over the place in your reading. We're gonna get some tarot for the cards here, with this card here. So what you'll encounter is intuition secret. I love this. And you have the Page of Swords, speaking about secrets, truth, knowledge, information, right? That page, that seeker of that truth and information. And your intuition, excuse me, I feel like you're gonna find better tools on how to deepen your intuition, or you're just gonna be able to trust it and going with that flow to a certain degree. They stopped me and they said there's a freedom that you will be given that will allow you to tap deeper into the intuition, almost on like a semi-intellectual pursuit that brings you into the intuition. That's how they're bringing it to me. That's interesting. What else will you encounter? Your divine purpose. Get it, pile 3. Love this. Okay, they said the flipped one. 3 of Wands. I still want to take this one too. So you have the 3 of Wands, your divine purpose, which I feel like is like that path towards it, you know? That wind blowing you in that direction. And then the 5 of Cups. Interesting. Oh, they're telling me you're moving away, the divine purpose, Your intuition is, as your intuition deepens and develops into a deeper sense of knowing, you find yourself, let's say, it's a sense of reflecting on the misconceptions of what love can be, of what connection can be. And I feel that you're relieving or leaving that, let's say, metaphorically, at the shore. Like you're putting that down, but it's again a sense of honoring it, respecting and understanding the reasons why that was valuable during the time of upbringing, let's say, but knowing now that it doesn't work for you and it doesn't work in today's time. And that's what I'm really getting with my divine purpose. I'm becoming more clear on what is true for me, what feels right for me, especially when it comes to emotional relationships, intimate relationships, feeling like Aphrodite. What else will you encounter? What is hidden? That's brilliant. Too many. Oh, they told me to take it. First 3 cards. Damn. Okay, Spirit. Woo! Okay, you have the Star. What is hidden? Healing, new gifts, a new start. 3 of Swords in the reverse. Again, healing, double down. Healing from, like we've just talked about. Healing from those past energy. Woo! And then you got that 9 of Cups. Look at that cat getting her bird. Satisfaction, satiety, wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, purpose understood, past lessons integrated, play being able to be achieved, discovery of self. That's what you'll encounter as you deepen and trust in the intuitive knowings of yourself. Intuition, secrets, and reflection. Your divine purpose is also about the reflection that leads you into your next steps, which is about healing, new gifts, what is hidden within yourself, double down on the healing of past hurts or past mental thoughts or past heartbreaks in general, and then finally coming into this wish fulfillment, a place of satiety. I cannot stress that enough. That's amazing. What's on the other side of this bridge, pal 3? How to connect. Woo! You have so much about relationships in general here, love or otherwise. The sun. Oh, look at that. Bring out your sun. I heard, just let the sun shine in. Face it with a grin. Open up your heart and let the sun shine in. I don't even know where that song comes from. I have so many old songs that are in my head. They're way beyond my time. I have no idea. So, amazing. So how to connect here is showing who you are, is being your beautiful, magnificent, multifaceted self of shining. It's literally just shining. You have the star and the sun. Damn. On the other side of this bridge, the overall theme. Ooh, they said of the divine purpose. Ooh, let's get some of this. What's this? I'll be surprised if only one card comes out. Oh, well, not if it's this card. Wheel of frickin' Fortune, the overall theme. Can you get any better than that? Damn, pal 3. Who are you? Shit, the overall theme is Wheel of Fortune. Things going in your favor. Now going into the life you want. Stepping into the life you want. The unions you want. The bonds you want. The connections you want. The feelings you want. Oh, fuck, that's so good. Sorry, that's so involuntary. My emotional needs. Oh, they'll be so met is what I'm feeling. They'll be so met in comparison to where you're coming from or where you came from. You have the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. Ooh. The Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. Your emotional needs. I think you'll be able to find a different perspective on what you actually want and what you don't want. That's just period. It's just more clarity on what it is that you will allow, what it is that you can, again, entertain, letting go of that rigid insight. You know? Of, again, experiencing something different. And it feels like no longer like missing opportunities that one couldn't entertain before. Allowing oneself to experience and explore, because this Four of Cups with the Hanged Man in particular, because that Hanged Man talks about, for me anyway, it's like a perspective change, a hanging in limbo, but it's also a spiritual choice. Right? So if we're pausing here for a minute, and the Four of Cups sometimes talks about discontentment, about missing an opportunity or not seeing something, that Hanged Man allows you to see it, where something that you may have missed prior or weren't allowed to explore prior. So, like, again, your emotional needs will be fulfilled because you'll have a clarity and better understanding of what they actually are, because you will have been able to have played. Instead of playing in somebody else's rules, you're playing within your own now. So they've been chatting about how you're going to use this energy, and it seems that Aphrodite is here to help you on this particular bridge with all the things that you will encounter. And once you fully embrace what you encounter and you heal all of this, on the other side of that bridge is frickin' beauty, my friend. Beauty! Wow. Yeah, man, just finish what you started. That's it. Okay, my love, so close off your messages for what you'll encounter. Your guidance here is, look at this, pal 2. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Look at this. Love and let yourself be loved. This is what it feels like, that you haven't really been able to get that chance to do that in the way that your heart wants to explore love. Oh, so good. And then on the other side of that bridge, look at you. Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect, like we've been talking about, because you've already taken the time to reflect. You know, and I think it's, again, this emotional needs here as you're reflecting on what's changed for you. This beauty that can be your life, you know? It's so exciting. It's so exciting, and I was correct with that sweetness in this energy, you know? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope this was helpful for you, my beautiful pal 3s. Sending you so much love. Keep on in your lives. Until next time. Ciao.